Zion. I was lost, but now I'm found. I'm a child of Israel. I heard the sound. You hear the sound. Please give me the strength to stand today. With my eyes towards the east, show me the way to Zion. I'm on my knees, laying my life on the line. I'm begging, please don't let me fall. Give me the strength. Place my feet, Lord, guide my path. Show me the way to Zion. I opened up the book and see that the apple of your eye included me. And through the tribulation, I know I must stand for a new heaven, a new earth. Show me the way to Zion. I'm on my knees, laying my life on the line. I'm begging, please don't let me fall. Give me the strength. Place my feet, guide my path. Show me the way to Zion.
I feel the Spirit calling me, drawing me back home. Oh, been suffering with my family. I know it won't be long. One day you're gonna look for me, and I'll be gone home. Yeah, Israel is calling us back home to Zion. I'm on my knees. I lay down my life. I'm begging, please don't let me fall. Give me the strength. Place my feet, guide my path. Show me the way to Zion.
I'm on my knees, laying my life on the line. I'm begging, please don't let me fall. Give me the strength. Place my feet, guide my path. Show me the way to Zion. To Zion. I was lost, but now I'm found. I'm a child of Israel. I heard the sound. You hear the sound. Please give me the strength to stand today. With my eyes towards the east, show me the way to Zion. I'm on my knees, laying my life on
Shalom, can you all hear me? Shalom. Are we coming in clear? What's going on, Knock? Y'all good? Okay, how's the sound? Are we coming in clear now? How's the sound? It should be going. Y'all should be able to hear us. Sound is low. Okay, we'll turn it up. As long as y'all can hear us, all right, we're good. We're gonna start like in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
To Zion. I was lost, but now I'm found. I'm a child of Israel. I heard the sound. Hear the sound. Please give me the strength to stand today. With my eyes towards the east, show me the way. Lord God, my path, show me the way to Zion. I opened up the book and see that the apple of your eye included me, and through the tribulation I know I must stand. For a new heaven, a new earth, show me the way to Zion. I'm on my knees, laying my life on the line. I'm begging, please, please don't let me fall. Give me Zion. I was lost, but now I'm found. I'm a child of Israel. I heard the sound. Hear the sound. Please give me the strength to stand today. With my eyes towards the east, show me the way. Lord God, my path, show me the way to Zion. I opened up the book and see that the apple of your eye included me, and through the tribulation I know I must stand. For a new heaven, a new earth, show me the way to Zion. I'm on my knees, laying my life on the line. I'm begging, please, please don't let me fall. Give me the strength. Place my feet, guide my path, show me the way to Zion, to Zion.
I feel the Spirit calling me, drawing me back home. Oh, been suffering with my family, I know it won't be long. One day you're gonna look for me, I lay down my life, I'm begging, please, please don't let me fall. Give me the strength, give me the strength. Place my feet, guide my path, show me the way to Zion, to Zion.
I'm on my knees, life on the line. I'm begging, please, please don't let me fall. Give me the strength, give me the strength. Place my feet, guide my path, show me the way to Zion, to Zion. Zion. I was lost, but now I'm found. I'm a child of Israel. I heard the sound. Hear the sound. Please give me the strength to stand today. With my eyes towards the east, show me the way to Zion. I'm on my knees, laying my life Lord, guide my path, show me the way to Zion. I opened up the book and see that the apple of your eye included me. And through the tribulation, I know I must stand for a new heaven, a new earth. Show me the way to Zion. I'm on my knees, laying my life on the line. I'm begging, please, please don't let me fall. Give me the strength. Place my feet, guide my path. Show me the way to Zion.
I feel the Spirit calling me, drawing me back home. Oh, been suffering with my family. I know it won't be long. One day you're gonna look for me, and I'll be gone home. Yeah, Israel is calling us back home to Zion. I'm on my knees. I lay down my life. I'm begging, please, please don't let me fall. Give me the strength. Give me the strength. Place my feet, guide my path. Show me the way to Zion.
I'm on my knees, laying my life on the line. I'm begging, please, please don't let me fall. Give me the strength. Place my feet, guide my path. Show me the way to Zion. To Zion. I was lost, but now I'm found. I'm a child of Israel. I heard the sound. Hear the sound. Please give me the strength to stand today. With my eyes towards the east, show me the way to Zion. I'm on my knees, laying my life on the line. I'm begging, please, please don't let me fall. Give me the strength. Place my feet, Lord, guide my path. Show me the way to Zion. I opened up the book and see that the apple of your eye included me. And through the tribulation, I know I must stand for a new heaven, a new earth. Show me the way to Zion. I'm on my knees, laying my life on Zion. I was lost, but now I'm found. I'm a child of Israel. I heard the sound, hear the sound. Please give me the strength to stand today. With my eyes towards the east, show me the way. Lord God, my path, show me the way to Zion. I opened up the book and see that the apple of your eye included me, and through the tribulation I know I must stand. For a new heaven, a new earth, show me the way to Zion. I'm on my knees, laying my life on the line. I'm begging, please, please don't let me fall. Give me the strength. Place my feet, guide my path, show me the way to Zion, to Zion.
I feel the Spirit calling me, drawing me back home. Oh, been suffering with my family, I know it won't be long. One day you're gonna look for me, I lay down my life, I'm begging, please, please don't let me fall. Give me the strength, give me the strength. Place my feet, guide my path, show me the way to Zion, to Zion.
I'm on my knees, life on the line. I'm begging, please, please don't let me fall. Give me the strength, give me the strength. Place my feet, guide my path, show me the way to Zion, to Zion. Zion. I was lost, but now I'm found. I'm a child of Israel. I heard the sound, hear the sound. Please give me the strength to stand today. With my eyes towards the east, show me the way to Zion, to Zion. I'm on my knees, laying my life on the line. Lord, guide my path, show me the way to Zion. I opened up the book and see that the apple of your eye included me. And through the tribulation, I know I must stand for a new heaven, a new earth. Show me the way to Zion. I'm on my knees, laying my life on the line. I'm begging, please, please don't let me fall. Give me the strength. Place my feet, guide my path. Show me the way to Zion.
I feel the Spirit calling me, drawing me back home. Oh, been suffering with my family. I know it won't be long. One day you're gonna look for me, and I'll be gone home. Yeah, Israel is calling us back home.
We're not centered on the whole.
Okay, we'll set that up in a second. Slide
Scoot
it
over.
a little bit. That stinks, bro. I mean, really, ultimately, we're not going to
move it. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about this right now.
Okay, we're not right
Because
now. Okay.
we'll do the stuff standing or something, and then move into, you understand,
Yes,
the
sir.
choir, and then we'll set up.
Okay.
Okay, folks.
So you don't want me to record right now?
No, record, but we're doing the Shema and all that. So, you know, we'll just stand up and do all that stuff. All right. So we're going to stand up and face the east. You got a mic, right? Oh, you took the mic? Okay. Are you going to do it?
You got it.
Yeah.
Shemai, Yasharala, Ahaya, Alahaya Nawa, Ahaya, Achad. Shemai, Yasharala, Ahaya, Alahaya Nawa, Ahaya, Achad. Shemai, Yasharala, Ahaya, Alahaya Nawa, Ahaya, Achad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one.
The Lord our God is one.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
Okay. We're going to go to Exodus, the 20th chapter here.
Tell me I get that one.
All right. So, of course, I will read and then you guys repeat when I say. It says, And Ahai spake all these words, saying, I am Ahai thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Ahai thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and show mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Ahai thy power in vain.
All the way. All the way.
For Ahai will not hold him guiltless to take his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of Ahai. In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Ahai made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in the midst, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Most High blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Most High thy power giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightning and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not Ahiah speak with us, lest we die. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for Ahiah has come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not. And the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near to the thick darkness where Ahiah was. And the Most High said unto Moses, Thus thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, Ye have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. Ye shall not make with me gods of silver, neither shall ye make unto you gods of gold. An altar of earth thou shalt make unto me, and shalt sacrifice thereon thy burnt offerings and thy peace offerings, thy sheep and thine oxen. In all places where I record my name I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee. And if thou make me an altar of stone, thou shalt not build it of hewn stone. For if thou lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted it. Neither shalt thou go up by steps into mine altar, that thy nakedness be not discovered thereon. Okay, we're going to have our 7 readers that the deacon picked out there come forward.
Sure. Read the mic.
All right. And we're going to go to Numbers, the 11th chapter, 5 apiece. All right. 1, 2, 3. Is there 2 more missing? Did you pick? Okay, there we go. Numbers, the 11th chapter, whenever you're ready.
And when the people complained, it displeased the Most High, and the Most High heard it. His anger was kindled, and the fire of the Most High burnt among them, and consumed them that they were in the uttermost parts of the camp. And the people cried unto Moses. And when Moses prayed unto the Most High, the fire was quenched.
11.
And he called the name the place Taberah, because of the fire of the Most High burnt among them. And the mixed multitude that was among them fell a-lusting, and the children of Israel also wept again, and said, Who shall give us flesh to eat? We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, and the cucumbers, and the melons, and the leeks, and the onions, and the garlic.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Tell me that ain't our people. Are you serious? I want y'all to just listen to what the complaint was just now. I remember in Egypt we had garlic and onions and leeks. I'm sorry, I just had to stop there for a second. I would just use that. Don't need, you know what? Let's go ahead. Forget about Deuteronomy 28. Let's just show them this right here. Who that sound like? The most ridiculous complaint I ever heard in my life. You watch miracles happen, everything in the sea part, and you dumb it down to some onions and garlic. Man, go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. That's crazy, man. That's just what it is. That's our people. Go ahead.
Go to the house of Israel, tribe of Judah. But now our soul is dry and wet. There is nothing at all besides this manna before our eyes. And the manna was as coriander seed, and the color thereof as the color of bdellium. And the people went about and gathered it, and ground it in mills, or beat it in a mortar, and baked it in pans, and made cakes of it. And the taste of it was as the taste of fresh oil. And when the dew fell upon the camp in the night, the manna fell upon it. Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families, every man in the door of his tent. And the anger of the Lord was kindled greatly. Moses also was displeased.
Brother Gabar, from the tribe of Ishkar, body of Christ, nation of Israel. I'm reading off at 11. And Moses said unto the Lord, Wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servant, and wherefore have I not found favor in thy sight, that thou layest the burden of all this people upon me? Have I and see all these people. Have I begotten them that thou shouldest say unto me, carry them in thy bosom, as a nursing father beareth the sucking child, unto the land which thou swearest unto their fathers. When should I have flesh to give unto all these people? For thy weep unto me, saying, give us flesh that we may eat. I am not able to bear all these people alone, because it is too heavy for me. And if thou deal thus with me, kill me, I pray thee, out of hand, if I have found favor in thy sight, and let me not see my wretchedness.
Shalom, Yasharala. Tribe of Judah, house of Israel, Akbar. Verse 16. And the Most High said to Moses, gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Israel, whom thou knowest to be elders of the people and the officers over them. Bring them into the tabernacle of the congregation, that they may stand there with thee. And I will come down, talk with thee there. I will take thy spirit, which is upon thee, and I will put it upon them. They shall bear the burden of the people with thee, that thou bear it, not thyself alone. And say thou unto the people, sanctify yourselves against tomorrow. Ye shall eat flesh, for ye have wept in the ears of the Most High, saying, who shall give us flesh to eat? For it was well with us who eat it. Therefore the Most High will give you flesh, ye shall eat. You shall not eat 1 day, nor 2 days, nor 5 days, either 10 days, nor 20 days, but even a whole month until it come out at your nostril. And it be noisome unto you, because that ye have despised the Most High, which is among you, and have wept before him, saying, why came we forth out of Egypt?
Shalom, family. Brother Azar, house of Israel. And Moses said, the people among whom I am are 600,000 footmen, and thou hast said, I will give them flesh, that they may eat a whole month. Shall the flocks and herds be slain for them to suffice them? Or shall all the fish of the sea be gathered together for them to suffice them? And the Lord said unto Moses, is the Lord's hand waxed short? Thou shalt see now whether my word shall come to pass unto thee or not. And Moses went out and told the people the words of the Lord, and gathered the 70 men of the elders of the people, and set them round about the tabernacle. And the Lord came down in a cloud and spake unto him, and took up the spirit that was upon him, and gave it unto the 70 elders. And it came to pass that when the spirit rested upon them, they prophesied and did not cease.
Shalom Yasharala, brother of God, tribe of Issachar, nation of Israel. And the Lord came down in a cloud and spake unto him, and took the spirit that was upon him, and gave it unto the 70 elders. And it came to pass that when the spirit rested upon them, they prophesied and did not cease. But there remained 2 of the men in the camp, and the name of one was Eldad, and the name of the other Medad. And the spirit rested upon them, and they were of them that were written, but went not out of the tabernacle, and they prophesied in the camp. And there ran a young man and told Moses, and said, Eldad and Medad do prophesy in the camp. And Joshua the son of Nun, servant of Moses, one of the young men, answered and said, my Lord Moses, forbid them. And Moses said unto him, enviest thou for my sake? With the Most High of all the powers people were prophets, and the Most High would put his spirit upon them. And Moses gat him into the camp, and the elders of Israel.
Shalom, family. Brother Abimelech, tribe of Judah, house of Israel. Verse 31. And they went forth a wind. And they went forth a wind from the Lord, and brought quails from the sea, and let them fall by the camp, as it were a day's journey on this side, and as it were a day's journey on the other side, around about the camp. And it were 2 cubits high upon the face of the earth. 32. And the people stood up all that day, and all that night, and all the next day, and they gathered the quails. He that gathered leaves gathered 10 homers, and they spread them around a board for themselves around about the camp. And while the flesh was yet between the teeth, here is where chew. The wrath of the Lord was kindling against the people, and the Lord smoothed the people with a very great plague. And he called them, and he called the name of the place,
Hatava. Kibroth Hatava. That'll work. It ain't that deep. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Because they were buried the people that issued 35, and the people journeyed from that place unto that place, and that place.
All right, that's good. All right. Yeah, we just keep it moving, man. That's a Hebrew reflection right now. And it says, because they buried the people that lusted. It says before it was chewed, before the meat was even chewed, it was just sitting there. They didn't even swallow it yet. They were smoked with a plague for their foolishness. And 2 cubits or so, that means the meat was up about that high off the ground. That's how much meat was on the ground. All right, so we're going to go ahead and set up for this choir here. And then we'll break down that lesson. All right? No. Is it long enough to go?
Grab this one?
Yes, sir.
Asa, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let me take the phone.
Give it up real quick.
You got that? We're gonna need to get you some length, huh? You want to take that seat right there? Okay. Let me get you some length on this cable.
All right, we should
Hang
be
on.
Test. Test 2. Test 3. Test 4.
Hey, turn this one up. Nasa.
Test 4. Test 4. There you go.
So, one out.
Y'all in unison, you know.
Shannon, put this camera. See right here? Hey, what's up, brother? You all good? See that shoe right there. She's trying to.
He might be live. No, it's not live.
Go on the big edge. Trey. Your grandma Trey.
Remember? I was in there. Yeah.
Yes. You gotta get my purchase.
You might do it. You might do it.
Check.
You gotta get it, man.
All right now. Whenever you guys are ready.
Slack this, sir.
Wait, hold on. We got one more.
Shalon, you guys in the mic closer to you, or you guys good? Where it is?
Sure.
Right there?
Sure. You see that stand the camera was on? Right there? Stand.
Stand.
Check.
No, it's like a flat one. Sure. You good? You clapping?
Paul, are you ready? Are we ready? We're ready, brother National.
Come on, can I get you guys to stand up? And let's praise the Most High. Hey. Get action now. Oh,
not according to the Most High. And it gets us in trouble. For example, they'll give you some, oh yeah, he's got some kind of disorder here, such and such, and now you think that means that you're not supposed to still keep the guidelines the Most High said when it comes to disciplining our children. That's the way they want it. Okay? Of course, there's different personalities there when you're dealing with children, but if there's one guideline, it removes the confusion. Okay? So before we get into this lesson here, let's go to 2 Timothy 6 and 20.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 Timothy and then apologize. 1 Timothy 6 and 20. Yeah.
Check. Yeah, please, yeah. Oh, no. I'm good, yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. No, I'm straight, thank you. 1 Timothy 6 and 20.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings, and oppositions of science falsely so called, which some professing have erred concerning the faith. Grace be with thee, among.
All right, so sometimes we err concerning the faith because we're listening to these doctors as opposed to what the Most High said to do, even when it comes into our homes here. All right? We're allowing the doctrines of the beast to rule our homes. Hence, we have a lot of problems within them. All right? So, we're going to start. This is a lesson on discipline with our children. And I'm going to read the commentary here. And we'll expound as we go. It says, it's often frowned upon to discipline our children physically in our modern society set up under Satan. Is this by design to destroy the very fabric of a morally healthy society? If so, why do we not look to uphold the old ways of child discipline, instead push another way of parenting which was dictated by us, by our captors? Why don't we look to the best father we could ever have and get his advice on how our households should raise children in order? This is the disclaimer, and I'll get to it more as the lesson. We're not promoting the practice of serious injury to any child in the efforts to discipline them in this lesson. All right? And we'll get into the details. You understand what I'm saying? Deuteronomy 21. Let's go there first. 18 through 21. Just remember that disclaimer as I go through, please.
All right.
We're going to hit some scriptures and like, man, what's he saying? No, just pay attention. Just keep them pens if you got it. All right. We got that. Deuteronomy 21, 18 through 21.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 18. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him, he will not hearken unto them, then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him, and bring him out unto the elders of his city, and unto the gate of his place. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones, that he die. So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear.
All right. So, read this here. So, according to the law, there was a serious amount of accountability on the parents' part when it came to keeping the child in line with the laws of the Most High. They were commanded to be the first to grab hold of that rebellious child so that they be judged, so that the evil would not spread. Just like today, we have a real responsibility with our children so that they don't become rebellious and they teach others to do the same. For instance, you could have a child that normally is in order, but when they see that liberty that one of their friends has in their household or otherwise, due to no order, they attempt to imitate that friend. That evil has now spread from one house to the next. I've seen that. That's why I'm telling you about it now. I've seen children where they're fine one minute, the next minute they get with one child, they start planning to do something they have no business, even at a young age. So there's a reason why you look in the law and say, man, the father was a little rough, wasn't he? No. Because that same child that didn't receive that discipline as a young child becomes the person in the neighborhood robbing everybody. Raping and doing all kinds of craziness because of the craziness that happened at home. And we never deal with that part. We always talk about the after effects. Oh, this was done with that. Did you ever consider what's going on with this house here? How that happened? Because our communities became indifferent. And we're going to go through some scriptures to show that. The Most High is going to call it out. Okay? Let's go to Leviticus 20:9. Again, this lesson is definitely needed, brothers and sisters, because we have to realize we're building a nation right now as we speak. We're building up the ones that the Most High actually would be proud to say are his people. It's not just about being in Israel. That's why it says all Israel is not of Israel. Not everybody's going to come on board with this. So we're building a nation right now. And guess what? It's also to help the Gentiles out too. Because the reality is a lot of times they would look at us like we be in the store or something. Our kids bugging out. We might check them. And then we got little Timmy. He's knocking the boxes off the shelf. We look like, ooh. We think, no. This should be across the board. We all have to learn how to get our children together, man. Doesn't matter who. So the lesson's really for everyone. All right? Let's read that.
So Leviticus chapter 20, verse 9. For everyone that curseth his father or his mother shall be surely put to death. He hath cursed his father or his mother. His blood shall be upon him.
Right, there'd probably be half a room up in here if that law was in place. There's a lot of us told our mothers and fathers out thinking we was something, especially back in the day. It'd probably be half this room right here. Okay? So that's how serious it was. Why? Because you don't respect the rulership you have in that house, that father or that mother in that house. You're not going to respect the Most High. You can't even see him. So it's all about order. Okay? Let's go to Isaiah 3:12. And let's look at our communities. Order is out the window. Okay? And that's why it's so easy to take us down. Why it's so easy to flood things like drugs in there and we're going to sell them.
Yeah.
We're out of order. We look so hard to try to blame on everyone else. They put the drugs in there. Okay, but you're smoking them. And you're allowing even your little children to, oh, well, you got to pay some bills up in here.
Right.
And turn a blind eye knowing they're the ones wrecking the neighborhood. All right, read that, please.
This is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths.
Right. And I hate to say it, but it's the truth. If the sister's running the thing, there's a problem. It's not supposed to be that way. It's out of order. You have to. Look, check it out. Show me one military that's just all women running around. So if those men, and I still blame the men on this, if they're not the gatekeepers of what's going on there, and they're just allowing stuff, then this is what happened. This is what happened in our neighborhoods. A lot of us, and the thing is, we got a lot of us caught up in foolishness, end up locked up for life, leaving children to be destroyed out here because what's that child? Now they got animosity against just the whole male thing. They're ashamed of daddy and whatever, and that actually shows through their whole life. Okay, so it ain't just, I'm just reading this, but I'm just considering what happened first here. We allowed this madness. When you look at the other nations, they do the women's liberation movements and all that too, but they have a limit there. You understand? Like, it's like, okay, all right, well, just don't go no farther. We just put this out there. And the moment they started giving into that, you notice they're falling in. Because the household is supposed to be in a certain order. It's no disrespect to it, just the way the Most High has it set up. No different than the heavens. The Holy Spirit's not saying, no, I got this week. It don't work like that. It's a very unnatural balance going on up in our houses. Okay? And we have to realize that. We have to humble ourselves to that understanding. We were given that liberation mess from the same people who told us we weren't the Jews. You think they did that to help us? All right, let's go to Hebrews 2 and 14 through 15. Let's be 100. We couldn't even get jobs back in the day to oppress our women. Man, they getting all the jobs. No, that was the other nation, but we took that spirit on too. His brothers, they can't even work up in a bank. But there'll be some sisters up in there. So we took on their fight that had nothing to do with us as a people. We was out in the field. That was our job. So we have to realize that destroyed our houses, the backwards thinking we're dealing with. Okay? And now you have a young man who's being raised, he has no idea how to be a man. He don't have that man to check him and have go apologize to your mother if I go across your head, boy. So he's thinking he's something. He can say whatever he wants. There's no one there because eventually, a guy, he taking them shots from mom when he's little, it's like, it hurt. But once he get older, he's getting punched in the street by grown men. So it's like there has to be that balance. He still needs to have a hedge there to keep him away from that little foolishness when he gets older.
Yeah.
You see? So it's actually a balance here. The mother comforts, just like, you had the Holy Spirit comfort you along the way when you're little and you're learning this truth. But then dad got to come into the picture here at certain parts. Okay? It's a necessary balance of it. It has to be there. All right? Let's go. Hebrews 2 and 14 through 15.
This is Hebrews chapter 2, verse 14. For as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, he also himself likewise took part of the same, that through death he might destroy him that had the power of death, that is, the devil, and deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage.
Right. And remember, that's how this started for us, really. They killed off the warriors, chopped their heads off, all that good stuff. You remember the crazy stories. And the reality is that it had us in a state of fear. So even our children were raised being taught, and it's in Willie Lynch things and all that. Nope, don't get too ahead of yourself, young man. Yeah. Because these dudes may come in and go ahead and deal with you. All right? So our young men learn to fear being in certain levels of authority. Okay, when it came to these things. So we have to realize that it's programming across the board. Through all their life, delivered them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage. That's why we're still mentally enslaved. That's why it's hard even putting this message out to people, not just sin. Just they've been told, no, you belong on the bottom, that's it. Don't go no further, or you're going to get slapped or something. Something's going to happen to your hand. You're going to get that pop on your hand. Okay? That was control. Let's go to Proverbs 13 and 24. But here's the thing. The Most High delivers from that. We have to now live in that deliverance, brothers. All right? There's a kingdom of heaven which is in all of us. We just have to simply walk in that vein of Christ to get that thing that we've always desired. All right? Read that, please.
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 24. He that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth him chasteneth him betimes.
That means many times. Man, that ain't what the psychologist is saying. If you don't discipline that child and go ahead and give him that belt when it's time, you don't like that child. You just think about yourself, I don't feel like dealing with that today. And you know that child need it right then. So you know what? Children are very smart. What do they start seeing? Oh, this person ain't gonna do that to me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now they don't even respect what you're saying. Okay? He that spareth his rod, hateth his son. And I'll take this a step further. Nowadays, the solution is when we want them to stop this, if we don't want to deal with them, again, we put these devices in front of them. We have to limit their time with these things, folks. You don't want technology raising your children. Start teaching them quality things, even if you don't know certain things. Start studying. certain things that you can now teach your kids about survival or whatever that they may need to know. That's just the truth. Because a lot of these devices, a lot of these little games and things they play are causing their frustration. Okay? So you have to limit that. All right? It says here. Let's go to Proverbs 19 and 18. I mean, this is, especially with these video games, I know that's a tough topic, but this is a fact. Like, it's people that parents try to take away the game and kids trying to fight them over a game. But that's really their fault. You let that child grow more attached to a game than their own family. All right? It seems like we blame the children more than we blame the parents, though. Like, oh, this new generation, what's up with them? What's up with them is they was raised by you. Stop blaming the children. Do the right thing now while you have time. All right? Generation X, or whatever they will call it, didn't get that way on its own. We dropped the ball. Read that, please.
This is Proverbs chapter 19, verse 18. Chasten thy son while there is hope, and let not thy soul spare for his crime. Right. A lot of people, because of this new movement out here, are sensitive to whooping that child behind when they need it. Oh, he's crying. I told you before, children are smart. So because they see that weakness in you, they will cry more so that you don't do it. Yeah. Stop being manipulated. Mm-hmm. All right? Train up a child in the way that he should go. Matter of fact, that's the next one. Let's go to Proverbs 22 and 6. But I want to read it. It says, chasten thy son while there is hope. You don't want to wait till they're 18, 19, 20 years old to now try to put a foot. How many people that's happened to where all of a sudden the parent pops back in the child's life? They already fully grown now. You ain't telling them nothing now. You missed those golden years where you could have made that difference. All right? While there's still hope. That's the key part of that. Don't wait. Don't be lazy. We know it's stressful. We know it's hard out here in this life, but don't forget, these same children that you neglect will be the ones to have to look after you when you get older. Neglect them now, they'll neglect you later. All right? Read that, please. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Right, and the key part that was said was when he's old, he will not depart from it. Because what happens is Satan finds a way when they're in those teenage years to kind of tempt that child away from what they should be doing. But ultimately, if you instilled something prior to that, they'll remember, man, I remember the way my father and my mother were on me. Mm-hmm. You know, I got to change my life back to what really mattered. I'm playing myself here. This is a waste of time. And they'll get themselves together. But if you don't put it there, they have nothing to look forward to. They have nothing. What are they basing off of? Their life was chaos when they were younger, and it's chaos now. What's the difference? So they'll just go do what they do. Right? Let's see. Proverbs 23, 12 through 14. Proverbs 23, 12 through 14. So which is one chapter over there. All right, read that, please.
This is Proverbs chapter 23, verse 12. Apply thine heart unto instruction, and thine ears to the words of knowledge. Withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. Thou shalt beat him with the rod, and shalt deliver his soul from hell.
Right, so here comes one of these disclaimers here. All right, let me help y'all for a second. When you're actually whooping your child because you're having a bad day, right. That makes a child hardened. They don't know, okay, well, when I'm doing good, I'm still getting hit. When I'm doing bad, I'm still getting hit. So I'll just do bad because it feels good. Mm-hmm. They won't know the difference. Just like, okay, and it's not even that deep. If I have an iron and that child touches that iron one time, how many times do you think he's going to touch that iron? That's it. So the children, it's not the children, it's the problem a lot of times. Yeah. They'll get it if it's presented in the right way. Mm-hmm. We'll say, well, my child don't listen. Yeah, but what about all those times where you were just hitting because you were mad for the day? Because somebody was talking about you at work or something silly. Mm-hmm. That made that hardened child. That's the one that ends up outside, violent as all get out, wanting to just hurt everybody because they were hurt at home. And since they can't fight their parents, they're going to fight the people outside. Okay? Let's go. Proverbs 29, 15 through 17. There's a lot to think about, but you have to reflect on your own actions here. You really do. Because really, when it comes down to it, we're our own worst enemies. Again, stop blaming the people on the outside. The Most High cursed us because of our actions. All right? Keep that in mind. Read that, please.
It's Proverbs chapter 29, verse 15. The rod and reproof give wisdom, but a child left to himself bringeth his mother to shame. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fall. Correct thy son, and he shall give thee rest. Yea, he shall give delight unto thy soul.
There it is. It's funny. That just hit on just about everything. Check this out. They're going to learn today. If they get that whooping, wisdom's going to come forth. All right? But a child left to himself, so you leave that child in the corner with a video game for 6, 7 hours, 8, or whatever time it is, they go to bed. Some people don't even care if the child go to bed. Guess what? Bringeth their mother to shame. When the wicked are multiplied, because that's how it happens. It starts when they're young. Everybody, it's not like it's that big shock when you see that one person that's always doing crazy stuff in the neighborhood. You can examine them from a child. Examine their parents. That's why when it was marriages going on, people used to be like, wait a minute, who's your parents? Back in the day, we actually cared. No, we good with that. Tell them you're sick or something. You're going to be gone for about 2 years. That's how we used to handle it. No, you can't marry my daughter. I know who your family is. We don't care about that no more. Okay? So, check this out. It says, transgressors increases, but the righteous shall see their fall. So, at the end of this, we got to do what we have to do for the people that want to listen. And we will watch the fall of everyone else that doesn't. The Most High said we will behold with our eyes the judgment of the wicked. Everybody's not going to get this. Everybody's not going to humble themselves. They're going to relish it, be down with the sin to the end. And when Babylon's gone, they will be gone too. All right? It says here, correct thy son and he shall give thee rest. Remember what I was saying earlier. You either correct them now, or it's going to be a problem later when you need them to look after you when you need rest. All right? And we have stories after stories with our communities on that. You die and the children are sitting there arguing over the inheritance.
Right.
And it ain't even but a couple thousand for us anyway. They fighting over it. Curse coming in, curse going out, as it says in Deuteronomy 28. All right? Let's see. Let's jump down here. Let's go to Leviticus 19 and 29. This is going to be a key one too here. This was going to be a key one. Again, we are going to recapture what the Most High wanted to do with those of righteous desire. We're going to teach the truth. Not what the psychologists want us to learn. Because remember, that's witchcraft anyway. All right. Leviticus 19 and 29. Read that, please.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness.
All right. So that's why I say it's not, even though the man's part is important, the woman's part is important as well. And I can say this from experience. I was in the East for almost a decade. Right? I watched a society fall due to the influx of technology. When I first got there, the women were very covered up, walked around very righteously. You would say, wow, this is what it's like when everybody's on the same page. Okay. By the time I left, it was no different than Babylon, looking at the way the dress code was up in there. I'm just going to be straight. And what? They just had their head covered? Straight hypocrites. It became a fashion statement, not something that was righteous. So the whole thing is, look, it says, let the land fall to hold them. That's what happened with them over there. You would watch the men, all of a sudden, they don't even respect no kind of woman. Before, when we first got there, you could see there was a difference. But now they just lusting out their minds, checking everything out, thinking it's funny, run down the street, some women getting tapped on the rear end and all that. I'm like, man, what is Babylon or something? What? You know, just make sure I was still in the same place. So this is a serious scripture to pay attention to. You should not raise your daughters to be like that. Right. Because it will turn the land to whoredom. I watched it happen. But again, it's not just talking about mothers doing that, even though that's a mother should show her daughter the way to walk. You know, they look up to you, you know, as the older female sister now. But this is talking about the men too. I examined, like, wait a minute. Y'all had all these policies in place, understanding, religious, all that, this and that. But then as soon as you decided to make this turn for Babylonian ways, you let your family just do whatever they want. Oh yeah, my father don't care. Since when? I thought y'all was supposed to be on point. What happened? What's wrong with y'all religious beliefs? What happened? Y'all reading the wrong book now or something? Something happened to the book? Some pages missing now? But it changed based off the lust of individuals, okay, and the desire to be like the beast. Now, we're going to go to the Testament of Judah here. This is in our 12 patriarchs here. And then we'll go back to the Bible here. But this is what Judah said, chapter 23, verse 1 through 3. Okay. And it's funny, before we even get there, I just examined what it was like even before I left Babylon. All of a sudden, people go and say, man, there's nothing to buy in here. Yeah, it's like, man, could you get something a little, cover yourself up? Oh, you know, these stores. And it's like, that's what started happening over time. The stores started selling more and more stuff to make your child look like they're supposed to be grown or something. So now the perverts are coming out, man, they ain't got to check out, they ain't got to use their imagination no more. Because the little girls are dressed all messed up. But again, that still comes down to better decisions amongst our people. Because let's say you want to blame it on the sister that's raising the daughter. Well, you chose that sister to lay down with. Let's say we want to blame it on the brother. Well, the brother's not taking them to the stores to get that stuff. So it's across the board. We got to get it together, man. We shouldn't be trying to fit in. We shouldn't be trying to fit in. That's a mistake on its face. Okay? Now, let's read this. 23. Now I have much grief, my children, because of your lewdness and witchcrafts and idolatries, which ye shall practice against the kingdom, following them that have familiar spirits, diviners, and demons of error. Ye shall make, so he's telling them future stuff. Ye shall make your daughters singing girls and harlots. Who else can that be? Let's be real. Who's known for that? And ye shall mingle in the abominations of the Gentiles. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, all the things we held dear. That's us. All right? For which things' sake the Most High shall bring upon you famine and pestilence, death and the sword, beleaguering by enemies, and reviling of friends, the slaughter of children, the ravishing of wives, the plundering of possessions, the burning of the temple of the Most High, the laying waste of the land, the enslavement of yourselves among the Gentiles. So everything we're doing, and we're trying to hit the reverse button on this and correct it. All these foolish actions we've done, and even unto this day, like I said, stop blaming Adam and Eve and all that. We're doing the same foolishness today and worse. It's the reason why we were enslaved. It's the reason why, because we sit out in these corners too with this bravado pointing to the white man and all this other stuff. Look at he did this. That's not what Judah said. He said it was our fault. He said it was our fault. Proverbs 22 and 15. I bet you this too. I just thought about it. Praise God. I bet you we did the same thing before Esau came along to the Babylonians. You had brothers out there preaching, and you cats just sitting there blaming the Babylonians. knowing that we went into slavery because of us. That's wicked. That's like the child in your house. You did something wrong, but you're going to blame somebody outside the house. Is the parents going to hear that? No. Well, you know, or the test. This is the classic one. Oh, yeah, well, everybody got a low grade on the test. How many times people said that mess? And what the parents, what they got to do with you? They probably y'all did that, I know. But the point is, that's how we did it with the Most High. We tried to blame everybody else but ourselves. All right? Go ahead. 22 and 15.
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 15. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him.
All right. So foolishness is in that child's mind from just starting out.
Yeah.
It's your job to get it out of there. Because even your cartoons, there's a lot of crazy cartoons out there teaching them to do mischief.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's up to you to actually show them, look, it ain't like that up in here. You can see that cartoon all you want. It ain't like that up in here. You ever see those things on, it's like it used to come on MTV first, where they would do little pranks and the guy would be doing pranks on his own parents? Yeah, so then Jake think he can do the same thing, right? Yeah, the little, I don't want to say the name of the TV show.
Yeah.
But here it is. Yeah, you know, Jake thinking he's going to come home and do the same thing.
Right.
It don't work like that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't go for pranks. I'm not a prank fan, all right? That might get somebody hurt, you know. 1 Samuel 2 and 22 through 25. They came up with a date, remember, during the year. April Fools. Right? And we used to try to participate in it, but our stuff was nowhere close. Because we knew it would be a fighting thing up in there.
Yeah, right.
We would do little dumb stuff, you know, but it was never extreme as you would see on TV with these guys. You ever see, they would get in the room and slap the body, sleeping with powder on his face and stuff, and beating them up and all. I'm like, what is this? They were teaching us to make light of our parents. That's what that was. That everything's a joke. Right? It was programming. Let's read that.
1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 22. Now Eli was very old, and heard all that his sons did unto Israel, and how they lay with the women that assembled at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And he said unto them, Why do ye such things? For I hear of your evil dealings by all this people. Nay, my sons, for it is no good report that I hear. Ye make the Most High's people to transgress. If one man sin against another, the judge shall judge him. But if a man sin against the Most High, who shall entreat for him? Notwithstanding, they hearken not unto the voice of their father, because the Most High would slay them.
I'm going to read this here. It says, these two sons were incredibly wicked, and also they were known for taking more than their share from the sacrifice of the people. Eli, a priest of the temple, had a responsibility to discipline his children according to the law due to their rebellious ways. He did not, and the Most High decided he would handle the situation. So now we're going to jump to chapter 4, 16 through 20. And it's funny because we were mentioning this earlier. You'll have parents that know their child is the one out there doing evil, and just let it go. Just let it slide. But as soon as the same child get killed, oh, my baby was an angel. They showed a little picture where he got the little Christmas sweater on. He's like 5 or something. This dude a full-grown man. You talking about he's a little angel. This is the picture you got of him. That's the last picture you took of your child. Right? And is that not what we do in our neighborhoods?
Yeah,
we act like that part of them didn't exist. It's evil, man. At the funeral, talking about, yeah, he's probably in a better place. No, he's not. We need to stop lying to ourselves, people. That's all I'm saying. You know when a child was evil. Yes, you grieve, but let's not go over the top with it. Okay. Read that, please.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 4, verse 16. And the man said unto Eli, I am he that came out of the army, and I fled today out of the army. And he said, What is there done, my son? And the messenger answered and said, Israel is fled before the Philistines, and there hath been also a great slaughter among the people. And thy 2 sons also, Hophni and Phinehas are dead, and the ark of the Most High is taken. And it came to pass, when he made mention of the ark of the Most High, that he fell from off the seat backward by the side of the gate, and his neck brake, and he died. For he was an old man and heavy, and he had judged Israel 40 years. And his daughter-in-law, Phinehas' wife, was with child, near to be delivered. And when she heard the tidings that the ark of the Most High was taken, and that her father-in-law and her husband were dead, she bowed herself in travail, for her pains came upon her. And about the time of her death, the woman that stood by her said unto her, Fear not, for thou hast borne a son. But she answered not, neither did she regard it.
All right, so everybody was dying. And the lack of discipline not only shames the whole situation there, but it actually puts us in a situation where the Most High may require death from us. Yeah. A lot of, we used to say it all the time, like people, man, a lot of our people don't even reach 21. That wasn't by chance. I mean, they talk about life expectancies, but if you actually look at the life expectancy of the ghetto, it's way, worse than what they're throwing up there for just overall for people. All right, let's go to Sirach 30, 1 through 13. But again, the point that we need to get out of this is if you don't deal with your children and you just turn a blind eye to them and just let them do whatever, the Most High may call you to task on that, folks. He may deal with you on that. And while we're at it, I just wanted to touch on some things. It's something that I would suggest for those that are wondering how can I bring some kind of order here. Start setting up schedules for your children. I know you're not used to it maybe, but set it up. The schools do it. That's what they do. They regiment them and then move from one class to the next. And it's to keep them, because knowing that it's only a certain amount of time you can keep a child in class before they're going to lose it. So you need to start regimenting things out in your house. Setting certain times to clean whatever you need to clean. That way it's in some kind of order so that you don't overclean. Sometimes you're thinking, oh man, I got to keep doing this. Yeah, because you never set it up, regimented so that you can get used to a pattern. So things are all over the place that you need to do. These are things that will probably set you a lot further than what you've been doing. In fact, not probably. It's just what it is. It's about diligence and order when it comes to things. The Most High is trying to get us, even these basic things that we're going through. I don't care what you're into. If you say, you know what, I want to lose some weight. Regiment that thing so that you have an obligation there. And ultimately, that will teach you how to deal with the Most High. It's the same thing with Him. You regiment it out so that you now obligated. And before you know it, becomes second nature. You don't have to think about it. There's people say, man, I only pray once a day. Well, I only pray this time a day. Well, regiment it out for a while and see what happens. You'll realize all of a sudden you just automatically, you'll be asleep and you'll wake out of your sleep specifically at the same time that you should be praying. Yeah, right before the sun goes, you right there, the sun about to come up.
That's true, man.
It's not by chance. All right? Let's read this here. Sirach 30.
This is Sirach chapter 30, verse 1. He that loveth his son causeth him oft to fill the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end. He that chastiseth his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. Though his father die, yet he is as though he were not dead, for he hath left one behind him that is like himself. While he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him, and when he died, he was not sorrowful. He left behind him an avenger against his enemies, and one that shall requite kindness to his friends. He that maketh too much of his son shall bind up his wounds, and his bowels will be troubled at every cry. And horse not broken becometh headstrong, and a child left to himself will be willful. Cocker thy child, and he shall make thee afraid. Play with him, and he will bring thee to heaviness. Laugh not with him, lest thou have sorrow with him, and lest thou gnash thy teeth in the end. Give him no liberty in his youth, and wink not at his follies. Bow down his neck while he is young, and beat him on the sides while he is a child, lest he wax stubborn and be disobedient unto thee, and so bring sorrow to thine heart. Chastise thy son, and hold him to labor, lest his lewd behavior be an offense unto thee.
Man, that's the whole lesson right there. That's just right there.
Right.
I don't think it's when it comes down to it, brothers and sisters, it's about what you're doing. It says, he that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy. The enemy hates when you teach it. I was thinking about this, even with our young children, for example. You may have your sister, you have a daughter. Don't teach them the microwave. Show them how to work that stove, too, when they get to a certain age. Because once the microwave's gone, because another place in the world, not everybody's using microwaves, that child's going to look crazy. Like, man, what do I do with this thing? I mean, I could boil some water. I learned how to do that. These little things are going to make the enemy mad. Because why? They want you dependent on them. When everything go down, it's about the skills you acquired before everything went down. That's what it's going to be about. When you watch any of those end times, they say, okay, what skills you got? That's what's important in communities. Having these different people that have different skills and understanding. All right? So these are the things you should do, man. Take some of that TV time that you just shoved in front of them and take a little time to square it up. Man, I'm going to teach my child something here today. I'm going to help them with something here today. Or we're going to learn it together today. It's okay? That's how you do it. And those times, they'll remember when they get older. A lot of people, they remember when if they had a parent that actually cared when they get older. Like, yeah, man, I remember they used to tell me this and that, how it is about these guys out here, and, they're going to remember those things because the parent cared.
Right.
All right? It says, he left behind him an avenger against his enemies, and one that shall requite kindness to his friends. So ultimately, we're leaving behind a legacy of people that will fight the fight we're trying to do right now.
Right.
Keep that in mind. If you don't teach them right, they'll be on the opposite side of things causing the problems for us. All right? Give him no liberty in his youth and wink not at his fathers. You're supposed to let this stuff slide. The more you let it slide, the more they see you as weak. It's just the truth. If I do that, this is deep. The Most High does it and brings it on the lowest level here for you. He talked about a horse. So if the doctors are sitting there telling you, oh, look, he got attention, this and that, right? And you say, oh, I guess I better just let him do his thing, right? No, the Most High said even a horse can understand if you discipline them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you think a child isn't smart? They can get on. How can you now? You're going to use that excuse the doctor gave you when this child can now get on the computer. He can type up. He can Google stuff. The horse can't do that.
Yeah.
So don't confuse one with the other. The Most High brings it down to the simplest level, so you don't struggle with what they're saying in these universities and their mess. All right. This is an article here. This is from Daily Mail. It says criminals age just 2 children responsible hitting crime wave, including ravishing, violence, vandalism, so forth. It says in the last 4 years. Now this is the old number, but I'm just giving you some things. All right, because it's way worse now. Trust me. It says in the last 4 years, 5,665 crimes committed by children aged 8 and under. 8 and under. All right. But these are those hardened households. I guarantee you that. Alarmingly, crimes reached a 4-year high in 2014 with 1,713 recorded. All right. Offenses include ravishing, theft, and assault. And the youngest suspect was 2.
Man.
Yeah. And see, we laugh, but I don't know if you ever seen one of those videos, but they have videos where literally a parent is shoplifting and they have their child actually taking the stuff.
Oh, yeah, I've seen a video, yeah.
Right. It happens.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It says here, age of criminal responsibility is 10, which means police can do nothing, and they like it that way. They did it that way on purpose. Okay? They like it that way. There should still be something done. What about this parent here? Something got to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's okay. It's the kid did it. There's children that are actually traumatizing other children of adult nature, if you will, right under your nose because you're not watching your child. Because you just easily say, well, I can't deal with this today. Yeah, you take that. You take him. And it's some random person. Most times it's usually a random person or some person you really know you shouldn't leave your child with too long. And it's just right amongst the little children. That's why I say, look, no closing doors, none of that mess. We have to be smart when it comes to Satan's devices. He will traumatize a child, and then that child will traumatize another child. All right? Lawyer, it says here, lawyer in James Borger case wants criminal responsibility age lowered. So let's not focus on the parents here. Let's just deal with these little kids. The point is we need to get our communities together from the top down, not the other way around. We're blaming the children for them being destroyed as a result of our mess. All right? 1 Timothy 6:19 through 21. I mean, I just imagine how that would even be. You know, the children in prison now, they be writing on the walls, just crayons, stick them. I mean, it's ridiculous. Start with the parents. Start calling them the responsibility.
All right.
What you in for?
Yeah, right.
It sounds stupid because they don't care. They really don't care. They would rather have that child in prison than trying to figure the real way, with the source of this thing and how to correct it. So now he's hardened. He gets out at whatever, 30 or something, because he did some armed robberies or something. And he got no answers now that he's out at 30, and he got to go back in there. He's seen more of his prison than his own parents. Right? Read that, please.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 19. Laying up in store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come, that they may lay a hold on eternal life. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings, and oppositions of science falsely so called.
All right, so we read it earlier, and that's the spirit, because we got to get that through our heads, though. And we're going to go to Wisdom of Solomon 3:11 through 13. Stop listening to these scientists or their mess. If you break a bone, okay, go see a doctor. When it comes to raising your kids, stay out of it. Stay out of it. They're dealing with hypnosis and all kinds of medication that bring demons on them. Now the kids seeing things because, they diagnose them with this and that. Just keep them away from these guys. Follow what the Most High said to do. All right? Go ahead. Wisdom of Solomon 3:11 through 13.
This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3, verse 11. For whoso despiseth wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is vain.